All right, we are back here on the main event for our main event match. One that we have all looked forward to. We saw their first meeting in Charlotte recently with Neil ET87 with that match at the New Charlotte Coliseum, and this one taking place here exclusively on the main event here in the Baltimore Arena as the U.S. Tag Team Champions. The Midnight Express, along with Jim Cornette, will face Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson for the World Tag Team belts. Of course, James J. Dillon in their corner. This is a feud that has been really escalating since the end of the Great American Bash when the Midnight Express won the U.S. Tag belts back from the Fantastics. There were rumblings from Jim Cornette that he had put in some contracts for the belts to be on the line. James J. Dillon reluctantly accepted. We know that Bobby Eaton and Arn Anderson, of course, best of friends. As we take you now to the match, this should be very interesting, one that we have all looked forward to, a main event anywhere in the world. I know you've heard that phrase coined before, but we are heading back to the Baltimore Arena for this World Tag Team Championship event. And here come the challengers, the United States Tag Team Champions. The Midnight Express about to make their way into the ring, Jim Cornette in tow. As the fans come to their feet here, this is going to be interesting. Two teams which are not very well liked in this land of ours. I guess you would say they are two bad guy teams, but certainly two teams which are well respected. Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan, the Midnight Express, as we await the arrival of the champions. And here they come, the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson, as they make their way to the ring here in Baltimore. See James J. Dillon there accompanying them to the ring. This is going to be a classic. Of course, as I said, we saw their first meeting at the New Charlotte Coliseum. What a way to open that new building with this great event. And right back here in Baltimore, of course, don't forget, on Sunday, September 10th, 1 week from tonight, the big one in Philadelphia, Civic Center Wrestling. These two teams will meet again. The only question is who will be the world champions leading into that event in Philadelphia. As you see the fans here in the Baltimore Arena, they are ready for this one. Very much eagerly anticipated. And we are ready for our ring introductions. Introducing first the challengers from the dark side with a combined wrestling weight of 427 pounds, Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan, the Midnight Express. They are accompanied by their manager, Jim Cornette. And their opponents, two of the dreaded Four Horsemen. First from San Antonio, Texas, 236 pounds, Tully Blanchard. His team partner from Minnesota, 270 pounds, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson. They are accompanied by James J. Dillon. One fall, 60 minutes for the World Tag Team Championship. All right, everyone, we are ready for this World Tag Team Championship event. Dick Worley holds up the NWA World Tag Team Championship belts. Stan Lane looks like he's going to start out against Arn Anderson. And we are ready for this one. This should be a classic. Collar and elbow tie up, they lock horns. Arn Anderson, the stronger of the two, but Sweet Stan goes right after the arm. And now leverage move takes Arn Anderson down to one knee. Sweet Stan with an early advantage here, but lets go of the arm. Usually it's Arn Anderson who's doing these arm maneuvers, going to work on the arm, as the Andersons have always done in the past, as Arn quickly exits to the outside. And Anderson just stomps Sweet Stan coming back in the ring. And once again, a lot of animosity has really escalated in the last few weeks between these two tag teams. It's gone from a scientific contest to more of a brawl type situation on occasion. Sweet Stan just absolutely didn't register with that elbow. His adrenaline has got to be at its peak as he nails Arn Anderson with that savate kick right to the face. Arn counters with that back body drop. Anderson with those big left hands, and Stan backdrops Arn right over the top rope. Jim Cornette out there, you better watch him. And Tully Blanchard around there now. Again, these two teams will take every shortcut imaginable to win a match. And even though the Midnight Express have been cheered here of late, as much as anything else, they are being cheered because they are opponents of the Horsemen, who are also not very well liked. Tully Blanchard going to work on Sweet Stan on the outside, as Tully throws Sweet Stan back in the ring. And Arn does that patented Anderson maneuver as he slams Sweet Stan on the arm, but goes down for a wear down hold with this neck vice, chin lock, whatever, wearing down Sweet Stan. Both teams, tag team specials, of course. The Horsemen, great individuals. They have been a unit. They have been the World Tag Team Champions on 2 occasions. They first won the belts in October of '87, defeating the Rock and Roll Express, and in April of '88, defeating Barry Windham and Lex Luger. And it is Arn Anderson with a DDT. Arn says that is it. Jim Cornette just throws in a chair, and Arn picks it up. And he nails Sweet Stan in the back. The referee that time was tied up by James J. Dillon, and Beautiful Bobby in there now, or at least has a hold of Arn Anderson. Again, both teams will take the shortcuts. They will do anything they can as Arn goes for Beautiful Bobby but did not move. A neck breaker. The chair's still in the ring. Anderson now with Sweet Stan. Irish whip into the Horseman corner. And he nails him with that clothesline from the left side. Anderson makes the tag to Tully Blanchard. As I mentioned, these two were both great individual champions. Of course, Tully Blanchard holding the NWA World Television Championship for over a calendar year. He held the title on 2 occasions. Anderson, of course, World Television Champion for some 8 months. But they have been at their most dominant best as a team, as Blanchard nails Sweet Stan on top of the head with an elbow. Looks like Tully now going to work on the leg. We saw a phenomenal confrontation in the Charlotte Coliseum. As I mentioned, my colleague Neil ET87 with a tremendous event. And this is just another in this great signing on the Jim Crockett Promotions tour. Both teams will go toe-to-toe. Tully with the fisticuffs, Sweet Stan more with the educated feet. And Tully clothesline Stan over the top, who could really stand to get a tag right now. He has been in since the opening bell. And Tully showing the sign of the 4 Horsemen right there to this crowd. Here in Baltimore, of course, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard nearly escaped with the belts back on July 10th against Sting and Nikita Koloff. They defended their belts many times during the Great American Bash and came out the champions. And now it's the champions, the world champions now, doing what they do best, double team, tandem tag team offense. It is a tag team match. They will work in tandem and double team well within the legal 5 count. And Stan now with an Irish whip to the far corner. Stan really could stand to get a tag right now. And Arn with a counter. Aside from any type brawling techniques, you will see a lot of counter wrestling, a lot of mat wrestling. And of course, when Bobby Eaton gets in there, you will definitely see some high-flying wrestling. And a back body drop. Arn Anderson on Sweet Stan, who goes right for the pin. Dick Worley, the referee, down there for the count. Bobby Eaton got in there just at the last second. Sweet Stan needs a tag desperately. And Anderson now with Sweet Stan into the post. Anderson again working on the arm. You got to figure they're going to try to keep Sweet Stan in there as long as they can. And of course, Arn Anderson, in the tradition of his family name, will always work on that arm. And Tully gets the tag. And Sweet Stan intercepts him automatically and nails him with a side Russian leg sweep. And Arn Anderson with a DDT. So whereas we thought we saw an advantage with the Midnight Express, the Horsemen, as Arn Anderson plays to the crowd here in Baltimore, Tully just lays a hand on top of Sweet Stan. This could be it. Oh, Bobby Eaton just nailed the referee. I think he was going for Tully, but he nailed the referee. Well, when the referee's out of the equation, anything can happen, and usually does. And Stan over the top. Sweet Stan has been in this match since the opening bell and needs a tag desperately. Oh, over the top. Sweet Stan with a counter. And Tully just breaks his throat down over the top rope. Jim Cornette tried to get in there and pull Tully out. Lateral press. 1, 2. Stan kicks out. And beautiful Bobby getting his shots in. And Tully bringing beautiful Bobby in over the top rope. Bobby Eaton not the legal man in the ring. Sweet Stan now. Look out. I thought he was going to go head first right into Bobby Eaton, but Eaton got out of the way quickly. And now it is breaking loose here. The Horsemen and the Midnight Express. A match that we thought we would never see. We were all surprised when Cornette laid out the challenge for the belts. And Tully with an elbow. Sweet Stan really needs a tag. He is down for the cover. Tully on top. 1, 2. Beautiful Bobby breaks up the pin. As Jim Cornette so adeptly mentioned, the Midnight Express have everything to gain, really nothing to lose. Their U.S. Tag Team titles not on the line. This is not a double championship event. Arn Anderson now. Once again going to work on the arm. And a belly-to-back suplex with authority. Well, Tully Blanchard and Bobby Eaton in there going after one another now. Sweet Stan with a reversal into the ropes. And Stan nails Arn right in the chops with a reverse elbow. Sweet Stan really should get a tag here, as he is readying himself. Oh, he's got plan there. Right hand. Arn returns with the left. Stan returns with the right. And now Sweet Stan with Arn into the near corner here. Sweet Stan, I don't really know what he's doing there. He must be in a daze or something. Sweet Stan now goes with some underhanded tactics himself by raking Arn Anderson's forehead or eyes over the top rope. And a knee right to the face. Sweet Stan should really get out and make a tag right now. Arn trying to shake the cobwebs loose as now finally Sweet Stan gets Arn Anderson into the Midnight Express corner, and finally the exchange. Are we going to see the rocket launcher here? Yes, sirree, we do. This could be it. James J. Dillon getting the attention of the referee. Tully nails Sweet Stan, now nails Beautiful Bobby. This thing is breaking down here in Baltimore. And he throws Beautiful Bobby over the top. Once again, this thing has been taken to the streets, so to speak. Jim Cornette tried to help his man Beautiful Bobby up, but now Tully Blanchard and Bobby Eaton going at it on the outside, and he nails Beautiful Bobby face first into the floor. They are battling on the outside. The referee is counting. Jim Cornette getting in the face of Arn Anderson. I don't know if they're going to make it back in the ring in time. And now it is Beautiful Bobby with an arm breaker and Tully Blanchard on the floor. And a DDT on Beautiful Bobby on the floor. This thing is breaking down. Remember, the World Tag Team belts are on the line. The count's up to 7. The Horsemen doing the right thing here. They don't want to lose the belt, so they're going to keep Beautiful Bobby on the outside. Beautiful Bobby into the steps. JJ just threw a chair in the ring. Man, this thing is just busting loose. They are on the outside. This thing's going to end on a count out. It's got to. Yes, it is.